Good evening, everyone. Welcome to California Today. I'm David Zhang. Here is a look at some of today's top stories. A school district votes on a policy to notify parents if their child identifies as transgender. They're the second school district to adopt such a policy. Labor negotiations have resumed with Hollywood writers. This comes as union members have been on strike for over 100 days. Rising reports of violent crime in Oakland is affecting quality of life. Some people are even fleeing the city. If a student identifies as a transgender, should the parents have the right to know? In one California school district, parents will be notified on their new policy. NTD's David Lam reports.
Parents whose children are enrolled at the Murrieta Valley School District in Southern California will be informed if their students identify as transgender. The district approved the proposal on Thursday night by a 3-2 vote.
Mrs. Vandergriff.
Aye.
Mrs. Young.
No.
The policy was presented by a lawyer.
So again, it's certificated staff giving written notice within 3 days to a parent. If they become aware that a student is either one, requesting to be treated as a gender other than the student's biological sex or gender listed on the birth certificate, including use of different name or pronouns.
Parents would also be notified if the student accesses activities for the opposite gender, such as athletic teams or bathrooms, or requests to change information in the student's records. A board member who voted against the proposal said this affects students' safety in classrooms and brought up a different perspective.
It's not about conservative values or family values or progressive values. It's about picking a fight with Sacramento that will be funded with your tax dollars.
The policy says it's intended to support rights of parents and the upbringing of their children and to maintain trust between the district and parents.
The stakes are really, really high when you have young kids who are flirting with these different ideations about what their gender is at a very young age, because right now the state of California, for whatever reason, is intent on allowing minors to alter who they are.
Another school district in Chino Valley recently adopted a similar notification policy. In Santa Clara, California, David Lam, NTD News.
Writers and actors want to start working again, but the Writers Guild of America strike continues. The union members are pushing for their needs to be met as negotiations resume. NTD's Stephanie Sikal brings us more from the picket lines.
The Writers Guild of America is in the middle of a long strike that has lasted longer than their previous strike in 2007 and 2008. Today, the union talked about renegotiating contracts with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers.
Actors and writers have gathered together and explained how the strike is affecting the entertainment industry in Los Angeles, both economically and creatively.
I'd rather be at work, but we're facing a situation that's untenable, and we can't go back to work until our career is viable. We want writing to be a viable career. We want to make sure it's not jeopardized by artificial intelligence taking the place of writers. We want our fair share of their profits.
Hopeful yet sober about it. We understand, this is my second strike. We understand there's a playbook that they've employed before in terms of negotiating tactics. So if they're coming to us in good faith and they're presenting us a great offer, we're open and we're happy about that. If they are playing games, we're ready for that too.
The MPTP previously said in a statement, quote, "This strike has hurt thousands of people in the industry and we take that very seriously." Actors who are striking in solidarity with the writers say they also feel the burden of not working.
Well, I miss going to work. I've been extremely fortunate in that I've been on series, so I've been able to save my money as I went, and I can ride this out, but this is not the case for so many people, not only actors and writers, but all the people who are in businesses that rely on our business to keep afloat. we're all hopeful that they're going to come together. This is hurting everybody on both sides, and this is a company town.
There's several issues at stake, but some of the biggest ones, I think, artificial intelligence. There's really no contract language for that, and there's no boundaries for how that's used. And, as actors, our property, what we own is our faces, our bodies, our voices, how we portray a role, and all of those things can be duplicated with AI and with absolutely no control or contract language to control that and protect our property.
The Writers Guild and MPTP are still in disagreement over several key issues.
The goal of the strike is to seek better compensation and protections on the use of artificial intelligence in the entertainment industry. After more than 100 days, the strike continues. But with talks resuming, a possible end to the strike may be on the horizon. Stephanie Sikal, NTD News, Los Angeles.
A mayor is criticizing Proposition 47 for repeat crime. This comes as a video of a 7-Eleven robbery that took place in his city went viral. He says existing laws allow them to keep shoplifting hindering businesses.
Stockton Mayor Kevin Lincoln criticized Prop 47 after the video of 7-Eleven employees beating a robber went viral. In a Twitter post, Lincoln said, Proposition 47 hinders businesses daily by increasing shoplifting incidents and decreasing our law enforcement's ability to hold accountable those responsible for such acts. These kinds of California state laws continue to impact communities. We will continue to monitor the incident through the judicial process. The robber in the video, identified as Tyrone Fraser, is a repeat offender with a long criminal history, but the employees let him go. According to the police, the suspect had robbed that same store within a 24-hour time frame. Police also investigated the employees for suspected assault, but decided not to press charges. After a court hearing earlier this week, Fraser was booked at San Joaquin County Jail with a $750,000 bail on Tuesday. Prop 47, which passed on a November 2014 ballot, reduces low-level drug and property crimes from felonies to misdemeanors. Lately, the law has been increasingly criticized due to the rise in thefts.
Rising incidents of violent crime in one Northern California city are affecting quality of life and causing some to flee. To get more details, let's go to NTD's Jack Bradley.
Increasingly more residents in Oakland, California are complaining of a surge of violence and crime. There's been a rise in instances of robberies, carjackings, and home invasions, even targeting elderly residents. To dive into this more, I spoke with Oakland Councilmember Dan Kolb, who said there's hundreds of people showing up to public safety meetings to voice their concerns.
Over the past several months, really more accurately over the past few years, 2 or 3 years, certain types of crime, in some cases violent crime, have gone up in about a dozen different neighborhoods throughout the city of Oakland. And people are understandably full of fear, consternation, wonderment, what's going on. People are afraid to sometimes, walk on a certain street late at night or during the day even, or go out by themselves. Not most people, but enough people where it's a serious problem. And people are witnessing some of these crimes, and they're scary. It's not just the robbery, the burglary, it's the violent assaults that are happening during some of these robberies, enough to make people rightfully fearful and concerned.
Councilmember Kolb said there has been difficulty recruiting police officers as there's fewer people applying. Kolb has also said this has contributed to staffing shortages. On top of that, we've seen difficulty in the city's 911 dispatch systems.
We've had some horrendous complaints that people are on hold for 5, 10, 15 minutes or more when they call 911. I mean, imagine if someone has a heart attack and you call 911 and you're on hold for 10 minutes. That is completely unacceptable.
Following along closely with the situation in Oakland is Epoch Times reporter Travis Gilmore.
So there's a lot of property theft crime. There's a lot of car break-ins are at levels that people tell me are unbelievable, that if anything is left in their vehicle, it's going to be stolen. I've been told that almost every retail establishment has either been hit with theft or with some sort of property crime. Home invasions, break-ins have become normal. The one that's shocking, that the people tell me is the most shocking, is carjackings, and that authorities say some of these carjackings are occurring, and then the perpetrators are using these vehicles to commit other crimes, making it more difficult to trace them. It's really changed. I've had many single women that I've talked to that tell me when they go to work, they're nervous going to work, they're nervous getting groceries. It's put an aspect of fear in their life that they've never had before.
The NAACP even sent a letter to city officials saying recently that that there's a crime surge, and the city officials are responsible, and the narrative of anti-police rhetoric is responsible for that too. Are we seeing a shift in narrative here? And as for this letter, were you surprised when you saw this?
I was surprised when I saw this, especially from where it originated. Now we have community leaders that are recognizing the criminal element and the impact that it has on the community, and the impact that some of these narratives in the past in terms of defund the police and criminal justice reform, now seeing the consequences of some of these actions, they're really turning a corner. And it's the question now is this the beginning of a new ideology where we see the understanding that community and police need to come together, that this is an aspect of community safety that is a united effort, not one where it's one side against the other.
Police advise when possible, people install burglar bars on their windows and doors and utilize security measures to help stop break-ins, like installing cameras. They also recommend concealing money and your cell phone when in public and not leaving anything of value in the car when parked in the city.
We'll now take a short break, everyone, but here's what we have for you when we come right back. California is now the first state to make digital IDs a reality. It's currently a pilot program, but expansions are being planned. It's back to school season, and one school district is kicking off the school year with a school supply giveaway. The weekend is here, so that means time to relax. We'll have a look at some fun events happening around the state. Those stories and more coming up on California Today. Welcome back to California Today, everybody. I'm your host, David Zhang. Digital identification now a reality in California, with the state's DMV releasing a digital wallet app for smartphones. It's currently in a pilot program phase, with expansions planned in the coming weeks before a wider public rollout. NTD's Jason Blair has more.
California has started a digital identification program. The California DMV now has a pilot program for a digital wallet smartphone app that's currently available for download. The state's DMV says the new digital wallet is being developed to quote international standards. The intention is it will eventually be accepted not just across state borders but also in other countries. The department told NTD in an email, quote, about 2,000 participants are actively using this service and providing feedback, with the pool of pilot participants set to expand in phases over the coming weeks before a broader public rollout. California Governor Gavin Newsom hinted at the digital wallet app in January during California's state budget proposal.
In just a matter of months, we're finally going to have those digital wallets where you can get your driver's license on a digital wallet, and we're going to do it like no other state has done it. There's only a few that have, but there's issues. Ours, we think, will be the next level.
Currently, there are 2 items available to add to the digital wallet app. First is a digital driver's license called a mobile driver's license, or MDL. According to the California DMV, the TSA PreCheck program accepts the IDs at San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Jose international airports, as well as 26 other airports nationally. Users can also add an age verification ID called TruAge to the wallet. This allows users to verify they are old enough to make age-restricted purchases using a scannable QR code. As of this broadcast, there are 16 businesses that accept TruAge, spread throughout California, Colorado, Hawaii, Michigan, and Minnesota. They still advise users to carry a physical ID or driver's license and told NTD in an email, quote, The MDL is not meant to replace the physical driver's license, but gives Californians another convenient option for identity verification. They also say that the ID will allow users to share only necessary information when using it and avoid revealing unnecessary details like a name or address. They say they are continuing to work with interested groups to encourage broader acceptance of the mobile driver's license. Jason Blair, NTD News, California.
A 100-year-old U.S. trucking firm filed a bankruptcy. The company blames the union for its collapse after it opposed a restructuring plan.
Trucking giant Yellowcorp filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on Sunday. It accused the Teamsters Union of, quote, driving it out of business and sparking an angry response from the labor group over the company's financial management. The nearly 100-year-old company's bankruptcy filing puts about 30,000 workers at risk when the freight industry is already struggling. Yellow, formerly called YRC Worldwide, blamed the Teamsters for hastening its demise by opposing a restructuring plan. The union responded on Monday that the company mismanaged a $700 million federal loan and charged it with failing workers. Yellow's clients include large retailers such as Walmart and Home Depot, manufacturers, and Uber Freight. Some customers had paused shipments to Yellow on fears they could be lost or stranded if the trucking firm went bankrupt. Teamsters said late last month that it was notified that the company was stopping operations. Shares fell 25% to $2.67 on Monday. They soared five-fold last week following a surge in retail investors' interest.
With the new school year approaching, one Southern California school district is offering free school supplies and complimentary access to essential services during its back-to-school extravaganza. NTD's Christina Corona has more from the event.
Back to School Month is here, and the Covina Valley Unified School District is hosting a back-to-school extravaganza where they're offering free school supplies, complimentary haircuts, and even health care screenings just in time for the first day of school.
On Thursday, the Covina Valley Unified School District held their back-to-school extravaganza, where they offered several complimentary services to the students and families in their district. We spoke with Anna Vasquez, a social worker for the Covina Valley School District, who told us all about the event.
This event is offering free backpacks, free haircuts, groceries, a free pancake breakfast for our students and their families, vision screenings, immunizations, access to healthcare resources. The kind of back-to-school supplies we're offering are notebooks, spiral notebooks, backpacks, pencil boxes, pens, pencils, erasers, glue.
Vasquez said they worked with local community partners who have made this all possible, including the Rotary Club, One Adult Church, Emanate Health, Optum, East Valley Hospital, Mercy Pharmacy, and Sam's Club.
This event was truly just inspired by our Covina Valley families. We are hoping to make sure that we can decrease a little bit of family stress and allow families to obtain resources that are going to help our students be successful when they return to us in the fall.
Families will also have access to free health screenings, mental health resources, and more from the district's student services team of counselors, social workers, and nurses.
So we're here offering free health screenings, mostly blood pressure checks for the community. So that's what we're doing here, just making sure that everyone here is plugged in with a doctor, getting regular annual health screenings, and doing the best they can do to thrive.
And not only will students receive free school supplies and health screenings, but also free haircuts by professional barbers. Robert Avila, the president of Sunrise Rotary Club, shares how barbershops got involved in the event, along with bringing joy to the children.
So we went out there and got some barbers, some good people. Once they sit down in that chair, it's like it's game time. They're so excited. They see these fresh haircuts. You can just see the confidence just oozing out of them.
We got to speak with several children who shared what goodies they received at the extravaganza.
I got stickers, I got a highlighter, I got cookies, I got candy, and we're about to go get pancakes. I got color pencils and a notebook and some crayons.
Being a parent may be hard at times, but one mom shared how helpful this event is for her and her family.
So I have 2 kids that are still in school, but I brought 4 because of my nephews. So mom is struggling, so I brought everybody today. It's helping her out so much because they're getting haircuts for free by professionals, and so the kids look amazing. The school supplies, the backpacks is really going to help during the school year. So.
From a pancake breakfast to complimentary haircuts to free school supplies and even healthcare screenings, the Covina Valley Unified School District is lending a helping hand to students and families for this upcoming school year. Christina Corona, NTD News, Covina.
Those who want to cool off from the summer heat have an option to do so at a luxurious pool in the Central Coast. The cost, $1,000.
Hearst Castle on California's Central Coast is opening up its luxurious Neptune pool to the public for a swim for $1,000. That's on top of being a member, which costs $500 annually. Up to 50 guests may swim on a first-come, first-served basis for all ages. Reservations are 95% tax deductible. The event, called Hollywood at Hearst Castle Neptune Pool Swim, will happen on August 19th. It's meant to be reminiscent of the Hollywood gatherings hosted by William Randolph Hearst. Hollywood legends like Joan Crawford, Howard Hughes, and Charlie Chaplin have visited the pool. Decorated with gigantic marble Art Deco structural groups of Venus, Cupids, and mermaids, the pool is 3.5 feet deep at the west end, 10 feet at the drains, and holds 345,000 gallons of water. The fundraiser swim will go towards the castle's STEAM programs for youth in underserved communities in California.
If you're looking for something to do this weekend, we have some ideas for you. Here's a look at some of the events happening around California this weekend.
The Nisei Week Japanese Festival is beginning this weekend, celebrating Japanese culture with displays of martial arts, tea ceremonies, flower arrangings, and more. It will take place in the Little Tokyo district in downtown Los Angeles. Visit niseiweek.org to see the whole week's itinerary. This is the last weekend of Foodieland in Berkeley. With over 180 street food vendors, there's something for everyone. Tickets are free and parking is $15. And the Bay Area Aloha Festival is taking place this Saturday. With Ono food, live entertainment, and free workshops, this is an event you don't want to miss.
All right, everyone, that's all we've got for you tonight. We would like you to join us again on California Today every weekday at 8 p.m. Make sure to check out our broadcasts at ntd.com/California-today. You will find all of our top latest clips there, ready to share with friends and family. Send us a message on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Gunji World, or through our email, california.today@ntd.com. If you'd like to share a news tip or let us know how we're doing, we'd love to hear from you. I'm David Zhang. Have a wonderful weekend.